At Dynamics Minds, I had a chance to record an interview with Dynamics power couple Billur and Alper Samdancioglu. Billur is a Microsoft ERP MVP, a Microsoft certified trainer, and a Dynamics 365 community super user. She's been in this world for over 2 decades, back when Dynamics was still Axapta, and she's been part of over 40 implementation projects. Alper has also spent decades in the Dynamics world. He's a certified solution architect expert, and these days he describes himself as a vibe engineer. Together they run BizAppsDuo, where they publish practitioner guides and walkthrough on Dynamics 365, Copilot, and Power Platform. They're also married, they have a son, and they build their sessions together in their free time. We start the conversation with how they keep up with product and industry changes. My favorite moments include Billur describing AI as a toddler and our discussion on where human emotional intelligence and decision-making is still non-negotiable in ERP systems. I hope you will enjoy this conversation with this incredible dynamic duo, Billur and Alper. I am so excited to talk to you today because I was at your session yesterday and I thought it was amazing how you went from one use case and you basically showed every single tool, right? You showed M365 Finance, everything. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how you're using AI yourselves. But before that, maybe you could just do a quick introduction. Billur, right?
Yes, it is, exactly.
You done the introduction, you are MVP, you are a super user, so maybe if you could just give a
Yeah,
about
of
yourself.
course. Everything started like 22 years before. So I've started AX in 2004, and back then it was AX, of course.
Yes.
Even it was Axapta. So I really enjoy it. And now I'm also doing it as a hobby as well. So I'm an MVP, Microsoft in AI ERP, of course, only the one in Germany. Yeah, and also an MCT Microsoft certified trainer, and also a super user because I really like the community, and we say that community rocks. And then, of course, it's a must that if you are loving something that you do so much, you marry to someone that really likes as well. So yeah, I have a children, 14 years old, and in between, I'm trying to attend the events that I really like to be in, like Dynamics Minds.
Yes, and we are recording at this point, which is incredible. And did you also want to say a few words?
Yes, I'm also joined 3 years later, Billur, in 2007 on the AX World. And we are together since then. And after some time, we get married and we have a wonderful son. For the title, I'm only the Microsoft Solution Architect for now.
Which is also...
Yeah, exactly. And we work together, Billur, also in our free time for prepare the sessions and the technical things that come up and hot topics. And we use AI also in this part too. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be modest. You are actually, he is doing all the setups. I'm coming with the ideas. I'm saying that, okay, in LinkedIn, I see this one and just set it up. And if he cannot, or it takes time, it's like, you should have. And finally he does. And I just brag on it. So
Maybe we can start with that. So we should definitely link your YouTube channel below. You have a lot of good content that you're creating. But you mentioned that you're using AI for some of the things that you're doing. How are you using AI to make some of the content or to just advance the work that you're doing in general?
actually, how we are using is that we are very new on this one. We are very expert on Dynamics, of course, not to mention, but from the AI world or taking the videos, making the contents, we are very new. We are doing our blogs. But rather than that, we are having our channel. Our channel was not so much active, but of course, with the AI, we are planning to have more. We have some tools that we use. Alper, right?
Some comments on that one. But before start, first I need to mention for the AI tool that we use the Microsoft Learn Agent to get more details, because in the Learn page of the Microsoft, it's endless ocean. You can find anything you want, but you need to find the correct tool to get into the details. So when the new things comes up, we need to read the material to understand how it's going to be installed. And the Microsoft Learn agent helps us on this one. And we also implement this to the teams, so we can chat with the agent. It's very productive for us to understand how the new things works. And also for this new tool, we just purchased a tool for creating videos, so we can implement some of the AI videos with the scenarios which we'll never come up with. It's also, I think that will be help us on our YouTube channel.
Also, what I use for pictures or so, Microsoft Designer, I find it very useful. And also, of course, Microsoft Copilot Chat. For sure. I'm a Microsoft guy, so you can tell it that way. Even my laptop is Microsoft. So.
Very nice. So I also think it's interesting that you mentioned the Learn agent, because I wanted to ask you, there's so much coming out now. How do you keep up? Like, how do you keep up without feeling overwhelmed?
I read a lot. So I think that's very critical. I go to Learn, I'm going into LinkedIn, I'm attending events. For example, last November, I was in D365 Summit in Lisbon, and there we learned the MCP server in detail. And Andre and Laze made a wonderful session there about the MCP server in the Visual Studio Code, which we have shown yesterday. Yeah. We have learned it in D365 Summit, and my jaw dropped. And I said that, oh my God, this is it. This is it. I have never seen something like that. Then, after a month later, then it's the old story that we have co-work, basically. At first, we have agents in Copilot Studio and say that, oh my God, there is something called agents, and let's invest on learning on that one. Then they say co-work. Oh, co-work is good, but it was working on M365. So they say, it's okay. We can use AI tool in Dynamics, create an email, and then make some fake replies from the customer to make a demo. And then system will take information directly from there, from M365, from Outlook, Teams, and we can demo that. And then we say that we wish that also there is a connection with D365 for this one in the co-work. And after I told this one to Alper, a week later, it came up as a plugin. And I said, okay, we have to put this one. You have no idea how much we have changed yesterday's session ingredients. So we have to put more and more. And then last month, I think I was on ECS, European Collaboration Summit in Cologne. And we see there M365 PowerPoint Copilot. And I said, we have to put it there. So we put it, and we have to, of course, take it out because we have 45 minutes. We have limited time, but I still have time to mention it at least for everyone to know, to go and check. So it's not like 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, things are coming in a yearly manner to the systems. And then it started to come with the Dynamics in 3 months, quarterly time. And we were going into Microsoft documentation, reading it, and creating our content, learning it, showing it. And now it's almost weekly. Yesterday, I showed co-work. We said that, okay, this is the new cool stuff, guys. And then in the keynote, we learned that, of course, I've read before, told me that I've already read it. They say that, okay, there is Copilot. I said that.
And she's pushing me. We have to learn that and then put it into session also.
Yeah, but what I also find is that learning, reading, going to LinkedIn and go for the community leaders to check what they are posting it is good, but also attending events is also giving you the summarized information what's coming.
Right. Exactly. I also feel the same for this kind of communities. It has a beacon to show you what is the lead of the next steps of the Microsoft and the community and all the other community leaders are talking about. So you can understand the next steps, so you can prepare yourself and do not get behind actually. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's such good advice and a good advertisement for
Exactly.
Dynamics Mind too.
But that's the truth.
Yeah. I think I've been attending lots of events, as I said, each of them has their own theme. For example, I really like Color Cloud. It's very colorful, very helpful, very wonderful event. And Dynamics Minds has its own magic. So it's also very magical, I think.
Yes. We use this term. We use this term so many times. When someone says minds, Dynamics Minds, the magic really comes up into my mind afterwards. Yeah, like a keyword. Yeah.
So it somehow combines fun and professionalism. I don't know if there's a word like that one. But in the end, you learn with having fun. And, as an MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer, I can say that people can learn better when they're having this such of fun, I think.
Yeah, correct.
You mentioned the keynote yesterday, and I wanted to ask you something about that. One of the, so there was the Copilot session, but then there was also a session in which they said all consultants will be replaced by agents.
Yeah.
What do you think about consultants being replaced, and how do you see consultants' work changing? And then maybe we can discuss the same for developers.
I think I'm not very afraid of the change because we are people and we adapt. Right? We have survived of lots of things in the world. So I can say that this is the first change that we are having the AI. So we have calculators, then we have computers, then we have, after computers, we have Teams and Outlook or Office in our computers. So yeah, we go to moon, as you can see here. So everything changes and job descriptions change as well. The only thing that we have to do is to adapt them. So what we have was more accountants before. Now we have more computer engineers. And I think in the future, what we will have is the web engineers. And I don't know, in 2050, we have something else. Of course, the important thing in here is to get adapted, to learn, to evolve ourselves, be more human, as Donna said, right?
I guess the same questions for how do you see developers changing with agents taking over some of the work and AI doing some of the programming?
Yes. And I'm going to say the similar one, actually. You need to adapt, you need to learn, and you need to get into details of each one of the new technologies, actually. So it's maybe not the basic development things that we do like in the back years, but it will increase our productivity. So with the increase of the productivity, you can produce more stuff. When you produce more stuff, there will be more demand, actually. So people come to you to produce more things. And when the people ask you more, there will be more developer needed, actually. So when you put into the right tool, right time, with the right effort, you will get results, I believe.
So actually what I think is that, when you are doing the developments, in the first phases, developers really develop. Then after the huge usage of the internet, what they do is that they find the code in internet and directly copy paste, right? And then after copying pasting, and now they are using AI to generate the codes. In the future, well, there will be less codes. What they will do is that more about the maintenance, governance. This will become more important because yes, AI is good, but you cannot make it unhinged. So I'm thinking of the AI as a toddler. It's learning, So you have to tell them where to go, who to talk with, right? It will be costly as a toddler, and you don't give everything to your toddler, and you limit them. So I think these kind of things becoming more important in the future, and it's very critical for the people who to manage these. Like in the old days, we were managing the servers, I think. Now we have cloud, of course, mostly, and in the future, managing these will become very important and time consuming.
So when you say the copy paste, I need to step in. Maybe some of the parts is a copy paste kind of thing because the structure is standard in some of the ways. Now AI is replacing this copy paste section, but the developers need to understand the business flow, how it works, and need to adapt this code to the business, to the requirement. Yeah. So I think it's also be applied for the AI area also. So developer need to understand the process, understand the business and the people. That's the key point, and then adjust the solution correctly to the requirement. Yeah.
Exactly. That's, I think, the biggest part with the AI. We are saying we are vibe coding, but in the end, when you're vibe coding, you have to tell AI what to do. And only developers or consultants are the ones, the people, vibe engineers, we can call, can manage those things to tell AI what to do. Or else the results will be wrong in an end, because it's guessing, and it's guessing according to things that it learns, and it's learning from you. If you give bad data or bad information, then it will be resulted as wrong or bad prompt.
I love this expression of it's the toddler and you have to teach it.
Yes.
And I have heard you said on a podcast that it's basically two ways, right? You're teaching it, but you're also learning from it. And then it's this cycle of learning better to work with your toddler and then teaching your toddler better. So I really like this expression.
Yeah. We come up with the idea because it was something else, I guess, in the preparation of the session. And while we are talking, okay, it's like a toddler actually. So we put the toddler image next to it to make it more clear for the audience.
I think in this, when you are doing the sessions, it's important to make people to remember them, right? If you write down everything written in technical view and do all the lists, all the writings, people will not remember. But if you are saying, supporting with an image, with an example, it's very important for them to realize what they are hearing. This is what we are trying to do by putting those images and those AI videos that we have. So it's very important, I think, also in the learning process as well. I know people are very afraid that they will be replaced. They will not be replaced anyway, but as I said, job descriptions will change and evolve. This is not the first time that they are being afraid. Whenever I've implemented more than 40 projects, mostly with him, of course. But when I go for a customer, I say that, okay, we will have an ERP project now. They always come up with saying that, okay, will there be a replacement of my job? So will I lose my job? Even 20 years ago, they have that fear. This is why they really do not want to have ERP projects, and they always want to stab it right behind. It's because that they think ERP will replace them. ERP did not replace them. Even there's a requirement for more people to conduct ERP, because ERP was not about replacing people, but reporting better and better in the competition for the company by more data to be conducted. AI is the same. For ERPs, we have more data that we have to put in, but AI helps us to put that data into ERPs easily, or with agents that help us to do the things for us, and also with the Copilot reports us so we can see it better, rather than us to get the same information from 5 reports, gathering them in Excels, PowerPoints, and Words. It does it for us. And then we will look at the data that has been created and make our decisions. Decision making is always on the humans still. It's just helping, just offering, right? But in the end, we are the decision makers. You cannot say that, okay, this has been offered by AI and accept is as it is. This is what I always say. It can be AI, it can be clever, but in the end, we have, for example, it says that, okay, you cannot work with this customer or a vendor. But in the end, you know about your vendor better, right? You know the position. Maybe from that point of view, you may be having issues with that vendor, right? But you know that you have been working with him for 10 years, 15 years. He was always on time. You know that his business is not good, but he's trying his best and will be better in the future. So you decide to continue with him or her in this case, and you decide rather than taking the data and applying what it says. So this is, I think, becoming more critical, the decision making, than making the reports by yourself is the boring thing, I think, to be managed.
I would like to add one more thing. That's a very good expression. When the AI or ERP comes, the productivity increases, and when the productivity increases, the income increases also, and the management sees that, okay, we have increased our capacity with the AI or the ERP. So when it increases the people also, it will multiply. So it will not be reducing the human count. It will increase the human count with the AI and the ERP, I believe. So
actually, you are right, because when you are thinking about it, why ERP systems evolve, we have MRPs, then we have ERPs, then we have ERP 2-stage. Why we have ERPs is that because we had globalization, right? So 40 years ago, there were just small businesses that are conducting directly in their own environment, their own village, or in their own cities. Then they started to grow in their countries, and then there's a globalization, and they are conducting in other countries as well, and there is a huge competition, and there's all those data that needs to be managed. Then, of course, ERPs start to grow. As Alper told us, there is too many data to be managed, and in the end, there is a need of that ERP, and now there's a need of AI as well. So when something is invented, it becomes of the humans' requirements, actually. So this is a requirement, and we will adapt anyway.
I really like that. I really like your example of the understanding the vendor and knowing when they will, if they, or the customer, and understanding that they will pay you or not pay you. And one thing that I think you have also really really vividly explained, in other places, is that we have work IQ within Microsoft, and we have the work IQ MCP server, and I think you've called it work EQ, like having this emotional intelligence to understand the business more than just looking at the report. And
we are talking about if AI could be more human. Actually, we'll see. We cannot know what future can bring us, but we have EQ for now. So this is why we make the final decisions by looking, of course, the data that has been produced. But of course, this work IQ thing is very critical from Microsoft perspective, and I really like that concept. Because, when you say AI, it could go anywhere. It could look anything. But for businesses, work IQ is very important because we do not like to have garbage information. it's very important that we are using M365 tools like Outlook, Teams, SharePoint, and also our ERP systems, Fabric. I'm more about the Dynamics, but there's also, you can use the Fabric, and lots of plugins are coming in with the cowork, and it's all using the work IQ. And I think it's very critical because we are businesses, so we should avoid garbage information. Still dependable on the users, by the way, because as I said, AI, ERP cannot fix bad data. So we still need to give good input to take a better output.
Mm-hmm. I think we've gone through all of my questions without me even looking up like down. I think we covered all of them. Is there anything else you want to add?
If you tell it, I can talk for a day, 2 or 3. So
interesting. And I think it's really impressive how much you're doing for the community, how you're keeping up, how you're really driving the change to show people how ERP could be different and how you could be using AI. So
what I would advise to people is that do as we do. What we do is that we learn, and then we go and take our colors and start painting. In the first times, it could look not like very much Mona Lisa in the end, but you learn, you break things, you do some non very much good results, but in the end, it helps you learn and make it better. So you learn it and you learn it to make it better for the future. And it's also very important, Microsoft also mentioned this a couple of times, to be frontiers. So it could be painful in the end, but as a frontier, by attending frontier programs, it will be very important to learn from the first hand and design as how you would like to in the end with your comments. For the consultants and for the developers, I think, as Alper said, they can use Learn Agents to learn, attend meetings, go into the LinkedIn, watch the videos from YouTube. There are lots of Microsoft YouTube channels that they can track, because world is now changing quicker and quicker in the Dynamics world, so you have to catch it up somehow.
Yeah. Any final words for you? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna say a similar one. Do not afraid to dive into new shiny things. Just do it. You can have also the test environments to play with. You can break it and learn it. And the Learn Agent, of course, you can use it, but you can also use the AI tools. There are lots of AI tools that you can use to, for example, summarize the YouTube videos. So there are tons of videos. Takes hours, having so much information, good information, and you can use AI tools to summarize it for you, and then you can learn it. And if you want to dive in more details, you can dive in. So you don't have to spend hours to watch all the YouTube videos, and you can find your interest in those videos, and then you can dive in. And you can always find people in the community, in the LinkedIn, to get in contact with. And you can always find new people in this events also. There's lots of things to do still. Yeah.
Last word. Yes. Because women tell the last word. And it's very important to support our community. So go into the community, check the questions, answers, post things, what you have learned. And when you're like AI, when you teach, you learn as well. So,
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina, for having us.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this discussion with the Dynamics Duo. Below the video are a couple of links to their content. Now head over to their Dynamics Bibs and Bob channel and subscribe.